The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Play NZ's #1 entertainment podcast.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Sorry, Zara.
It's a word that goes by Virginia.
From iHeartRadio, Play ZM's Fletchborn and Haley. Available everywhere.
New from the Spin-off's business editor Chris Schultz, together with KiwiBank, comes Stock Take, a weekly newsletter about the people behind the businesses driving Aotearoa, along with stories about how forces affecting the economy will impact the lives of New Zealanders. Sign up to Stocktake now at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters. Hey, full disclosure, I'm on drugs.
Oh, we all know.
Oh,
yeah.
All banged a couple of...
Arepa.
Not
I
sponsored.
I didn't look at the bottle. I didn't read the label. I just took what Duncan Green was giving me. It was two very large pills.
Is it okay for me as the boss of this company just to be handing out pills when people are a bit tired?
Should we start the podcast with a
I
welcome?
think we have, haven't we?
Yeah,
I
but I mean,
started.
should we sort of...
Yeah, go on then.
if you're new here, sorry. Kia ora, welcome along to The Real Pod. This is the real recap of Below Deck Down Under. 9:30 Tuesday nights on Bravo, by the way, if you want to watch it.
That's too late.
It is late.
We are like 6 weeks in now.
Well,
You know.
I just want to have a word with scheduling.
Well, not everyone
I'm
is...
tucking myself
that's
into
true.
bed at 9:30.
You're thinking of the good people, aren't you? The hoi
Always.
polloi who don't have access to screeners and
Yeah.
can watch it any old time they like.
And are restraining themselves with unbelievable restraint.
Tell you who's not. Tiahi Butler is not restraining himself.
I'm
He's
so
back.
far ahead.
He's
You're
far
meaning.
ahead.
Yeah.
Absolute madness. Tiahi had basically never seen a wink of reality television before joining the spin-off and is now leaping ahead of everyone.
Can't help when the show's this good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're here to change lives. That's why we're here. That's what this podcast is here to do.
Is that our mission? Like, do we have a mission statement?
We don't.
I feel like the pod that changes lives.
My mission
Has a
is
laugh.
for Tiahi to never leave us again. Tiahi was
No.
away for a couple of weeks looking after some very important whānau business. I don't want any of you to think that he wasn't working while he was away, because he was, both with his family and editing podcasts for us. Such a treasure. But everything absolutely stacked itself back here, despite him basically working remotely, keeping things together as best he could. Anything I touch while
Yeah,
he was
it
away
was
just
quite
shat
amazing.
itself.
It's lovely to be back, but I also thought that my good friend Jacob did a really lovely
Oh,
job.
look.
I mean,
Obviously.
he's not going to hear this because he doesn't listen to the pod.
doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Yet.
No, Jacob did a sterling job. Absolutely. I'm talking about the stuff that I had a hand in.
Yeah, okay.
Just equipment broke and
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot how to
dear.
do life. But anyway, I'm back to normal now because old mate's back. Welcome back, Tiahi.
Is Tiahi the Tumi of the pod? Who's
He's just
she's
quietly keeping it together in the
keeps everything
background.
going. Yeah, is just like very poised.
Who
Was
are
it-
we then? Who is the rest of us? If Tiahi's to me, who are we?
Duncan's Culver.
I don't know. Is Duncan Culver or Benny?
I thought I was
No, you're not
Aesha.
Benny. You're not Benny because you're very hardworking. Very hardworking.
Yeah.
I might be Benny.
You don't storm off enough.
Maybe not here. No, that's true. I don't know.
Are you afraid of small spaces, Jim?
You're Aesha, right?
No, I'm okay with small spaces. Oh, this is already. Unless we came up with some quick, good gags. This
We
could
should.
have
We
worked,
could
but
have
it didn't.
scripted this.
We could have
eh?
scripted this. We should have.
We didn't. So, and this is as,
All right.
as life.
Come on, let's do it.
Maybe I'm Culver. No,
You are
I'm in the
one
hot
of
tub.
them. Oh, are you Magda?
Am I Eunice?
Eunice is the star of the show. Okay, before we get into our actual recap of this week's episode of Below Deck Down Under, I just want to talk about our new Discord.
Oh,
That's right. We have a Discord. Is that what you say? Do you say we have a Discord or we're on Discord? I'm already drowning in this.
We're at the Discord. Panic at the Discord.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm in a fit of absolute weirdness. I started up a Real Pod Discord.
Well, we had a big chat about it, whether it was a good idea first, didn't we, the three of us?
No, absolutely not. It was about 11 o'clock at night or something, and I just went, how does this work? And then I promptly went to the corner and went, hey, hanging over on Discord, come and join me. And a bunch of people did. But then I realised that I didn't know how to run it. I didn't know. I was the sole admin and I didn't know how to set up channels or threads. And I was like setting up threads that were supposed to be channels and channels that were supposed to be threads. And basically I just went, Ollie, you're young. You seem to know what you're doing. And he's become the Wayne of Discord.
Ollie, check. True.
Yeah.
He's the Chloe Swarbrick.
He's just absolutely nailing it in there. Like these shortcuts and all sorts of things.
I want to know what's going on in there, but I'm afraid to look and I don't know how.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing that's quite cool. And the kids will know about this. But if you're chatting, so it's basically just like threads. It's a bit like Slack if you have Slack or Microsoft Teams or something like that at your workplace. And there's different channels and there are, different TV shows and you can just go in and chat and it's more chat-based than, say, posting a topic and commenting. So it's a bit more real-time-ish. Great for recapping or live chatting TV shows. But if someone's talking about something that's happened ahead, like if Tiahu was to go in there and talk about Below Deck Down Under when he's like 17,000 episodes ahead, you can do a little thing where it hides your spoiler. So you can like choose the sections of what you're saying to be hidden, and then you can just press it if you want to see it.
Wow.
I know. It's fancier than I made it sound.
Like a little peep show.
The only way that you can get there, I think, as far as I'm aware, at the moment, is by going to the Real Pod Corner and then go and on the link there.
On Facebook.
Because you don't have like you don't have like a handle or like a user handle like you do on Instagram. Oh, this is the worst.
This is where it's flat.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
We're
Full
flatlining.
disclosure, we just had a giant hangi and it's sort of mid-afternoon on a Thursday on your FM dial. And we're tired, man.
In the hot sun as well.
Yeah,
And we're wearing polyester hats.
I'm blowing out my pits.
Alex has blown out her pits. I don't want to reveal her shame, but she has.
And then I think it's
Got them clenched.
as
That won't save you.
It's going to make it worse, but ultimately better.
as a sort of Hail Mary, we just all down some Arepa pills, which is I don't know, nootropics.
It's nootropics.
And
Much better than the old one.
And I don't know if the combination, I don't know if that's what they're designed for, is like a last minute save when you've just had hungy and it's the end of the week and you're really tired. But we're giving it a red hot go anyway. Duncan, you're watching Love Island. That's hot news.
Your
first time ever?
My first time ever.
So exciting.
I watched 11 episodes in a single weekend.
Heaven.
It
was.
such like the first time treat, eh? The first timer popping
There's
the
nothing
Love Island
like
cherry.
it. There's nothing like it.
It's
my
such a
God.
pure.
Who are you
completeness.
loving? Who are you loathing?
I love Ekin-Su. I love her energy.
Davide?
I love David. I love Davide is just an incredible character, and that combustible.
Liar!
You're a liar. You are an actress. Get the fuck out.
I mean, I feel like someone could put a breakbeat underneath it, and you could have some fun there. I'm sorry, I'm like in real and below Deckland.
No, that's where we're supposed to be.
I love Dami. I love
Dami is to die
is a
for.
dream boat.
And there's some good Dami stuff coming. I'll tell
do
you
you know?
that.
How do you-
Well,
oh,
you're
'cause-
behind.
Yeah, I am behind. I'm
Yeah.
saving up for this weekend.
Yeah, bring on the weekend.
Yeah.
Bring on the weekend.
What was that?
Bring
on the weekend.
Yeah.
Mighty 10?
Mighty 10. One of those. Sports or do house stuff things. Still no baby name for baby Zerin.
Really?
Or adult name or animal name. No name.
Zerin baby watch name watch
Yeah.
enters
Countdown.
its 9th day.
Disclaimer.
We've had a reporter on the scene this whole time.
Disclaimer.
The Hodaki billboard.
We have recorded this nearly a whole week before it's going to air. Or it's going to be released. Yeah. Today's Thursday. It comes out on Wednesday. So
Nah.
very good chance the baby's got a name by now, but also maybe not.
Why do we do that?
I'll explain it later.
Maybe they're saving the name reveal for a, cover or something. Could it be?
Well,
Could it be?
that was the theory. But then they've appeared as just like an inset piece in the Women's Day, and one of the pages where they have like lots of news and welcome baby Zeren is
Baby
just
Blake.
They didn't get a whole story?
no.
Oh my gosh, Women's Weekly did them dirty.
Yeah, so but that was was one of the women. Maybe they're going to appear in the other woman's woman.
Yeah, they'll have an exclusive time, surely. Like that's
The listener, perhaps. Anyway.
Hollywood's Bradford. Bradford's Hollywood.
Episode 6 of Below Deck Down Under is the tipping point. And my first question for you guys.
I'm getting sleepy again.
I thought you were
again.
doing a Ryan impersonation at the preference sheet meeting.
Oh, no, but that is how I
down. It's
feel.
Exactly Ryan vibes.
Chef,
Which Spice Girl are you today? I've done
this
this thing again, haven't I? Where I've referenced something in the show that you guys both missed.
No, that was when the...
Getting ready to go out
Yeah,
to
getting ready to go out to party.
Yeah, I just thought it would be a good question.
So do you want a joke or a real?
I want to know what Spice Girl you're feeling like today.
Oh.
What are you vibing? Which Spice Girl are you?
I feel posh
Yeah,
today.
I think with that captain's hat on, V posh, and with your arepa on board as well.
I actually feel a bit Jerry.
Yeah.
Is it?
I've been getting
Yeah.
some stuff done today in a way that I feel
right.
quite
Yeah.
empowered by.
I am baby. sleepy baby. Kind of by default, because I'm definitely, or maybe I am scary, but I'm not scary in like a fierce way. I'm scary in like she's losing her mind kind of a
Slightly
way.
different vibe.
Not
What about
bad.
you, I hear?
I think also a Jerry, but like
Great.
Jerry post Spice Girls, where she only wears white and is married to
Oh, and she got real ripped.
Christian Horner from Red Bull Racing.
Well, that's a lot of information.
Culture king over here.
Hello.
There we
Dolly.
go. So there's a 3D printer, 3D printing
losing it.
little things for his Dungeons and Dragons. There's the able to play all sorts of music, able to record things, have a lovely voiceover voice.
Let us in a Kraken Waiata.
Let us in a Kraken Waiata. Just so many strings to the bow, and still new things to learn.
How's your table decorating?
Not great.
Okay.
Tablescaping.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. My mistake.
Okay,
You're
apologies.
definitely not
The
tame-
tablescapers
taming.
everywhere.
Okay. We leave Ryan where we left him with his mini blowtorch, still cooking away at those tiny slivers of fish.
Fish.
And to the point where primary comes down to the kitchen. You're
Yeah.
like, what up? Where my fish at?
Always upsetting when the primary comes near the kitchen. I'm like, stay
Yeah.
away from my friends.
Yeah.
We're wearing his best divine man. That doesn't belong in the kitchen. It belongs above a deck.
It's porous.
Imagine just walking into a restaurant kitchen and being like, it's been a few minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Show me your coffee machine.
But to be fair,
To be fair,
microwaving the milk.
that was
Mother
just...
That was
mia.
crazy. I don't know what she was doing.
Crazy.
But there was foam
Yeah?
on the cappuccino. So where did that foam
I'll
come
tell
from?
you where it came from. You actually saw it kind of after the confrontation about the cappuccino. She said, we're going to buy a frother, and she had a hand on a plunger, and it was full of milk froth. She frothed the milk. You heat the milk, and
Whoa.
she's frothed it in a very rude action. By the way, I'm doing it. But she's pumped the plunger up and down.
So
and
to
frothed
speak.
the milk.
That seems real povo for a
Yeah.
super yacht.
Definitely does.
It doesn't.
Also, the coffee machine's like an espresso, right? Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Get a coffee machine.
Yeah.
Surely the plunger technique takes ages as well.
I said all this. I'm in total agreement.
Yeah, it's
I'm
absolutely
appalled.
It's absolutely wild.
I think this might be what unseated ScoMo is, just like a sense of national revulsion at this like crappy get up.
Well, the thing is, it's especially embarrassing because Australia and Aotearoa, we value our coffee and a good coffee. So there's
Flat
no
white.
excuse when it's below deck down under.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Look at you with your coffee knowledge.
Wow.
Said flat
Wow.
white.
So,
Out of nowhere, that's the arepa.
that was amazing.
Hanging in
Yeah.
my brain, just
Wow.
flat white.
Are you from Wellington or is that? It's very fancy, Alex Casey.
Hope for a generation.
This is, we haven't lost the plot like this in a long, long time.
this is
let's
old
spend the rest of the
school.
very sorry.
But what's crazy about the plunger thing is like that she's been doing it for this long.
Yeah.
Like she's not a fresh
No.
chicken. What's it called? A spring chicken.
Fresh chicken.
Oh wow, this is something. Okay, what happened next?
Steak, medium well.
Oh yeah. Let's have a steak because on the preference sheet, dude doesn't like fish. So it's very confusing because there's the girl who only eats fish except for the fish Ryan cooks, and then there's a
That's my
guy
policy too.
who doesn't eat fish at all, and I think that Ryan's just decided it's all too confusing. Just serve only fish all the time.
He
I'll
just
show you
resents.
fish.
He just resents anyone who just won't eat whatever random crap he puts in front of them. Like, which just seems a completely unsustainable position for chefy.
But then the fussy fish lady, like it should be her dream where everything's fish, and she just wants eggs.
And the eggs, I mean, we saw
And
them
we
again.
know he's not good with the
They're not
eggs.
good. There's only one thing that can save the situation.
Marilyn
Monroe.
The
Wow.
ghost of.
Sorry, the ghost of, with a mullet wig that's sort of pegged up and drawn on eyebrows. Like,
beauty spot.
And just one boob in.
just the one
Which was a
boob.
classic Marilyn trope.
So Magda decided to save the day with the Culver School of Entertainment.
That's what she did. She thought, I saw what happened when Culver performed on a previous charter and it went down so well and everyone loved it and it made the night and saved the charter. My turn, you know?
It was so good. I like when Culver comes out and is like, here around these parts.
Weird hat with like flames on it.
I was excited when he came out and did that because he's the entertainment officer and he set it up really, really well. And then that was a heck of an execution from her.
It was.
It was
But-
incredible.
She killed.
If
She
she-
died.
Everyone sort of loved it, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, no, one of them didn't love it. The blonde woman. There's this amazing
Eunice.
shot. No, not Eunice.
The lobster hater.
Lobster hater.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right at the end, just before they're about to cut away, the camera pans across, and she just gives this like, oh, because he's just gone like, oh, that was like her husband is going, that was really mean. What, like Magda rolling around, not all in her outfit. And she just like rolls her eyes in the most savage way. It's just like a beautiful little fragment. I rewound it, watched it 3 times. So good.
Wow. I liked before the performance when she roped in Culver and he was like, Marilyn Monroe, like the chick.
You like the show?
Which is like, I mean, he's right.
I mean, there might
the
be
ultimate chick.
there might be a dog in his town called Marilyn Monroe. He just needs to
Confusing.
clarify. You know, he probably might have worked on a boat called the Marilyn Monroe.
It did buzz me out a bit though. Like, at what point are a generation's going to stop knowing who Marilyn Monroe is?
Well, not never if this keeps happening. If Magda
Magda's
keeps
got
doing
her
her
way.
thing.
Yeah.
Magda Monroe. Yeah, it should have been dead a long time now, like 50 or 70.
Yeah, but
so
there's
she
this
been dead
whole...
70 years,
You watch
60
the
years.
Netflix special, there's a whole new revival,
Yeah.
there's that movie coming out with someone... Marilyn will live forever. Sorry. Don't know why I care. Don't know why I care so
She's
much.
openly weeping.
Winter is a great time to travel around New Zealand. If you're thinking about your next holiday, why not make it a road trip with Go See? Visit us at goseetravel.com today to find the rental vehicle to fit your holiday and get ready to explore.
Kia ora. My name's Duncan Grieve. I'm the publisher and founder of the spin-off. And if you're listening to this, you must be enjoying one of our podcasts. They are a huge part of what we do here at the spin-off. We put a lot of time and money into them. I'm sitting here in our podcast studio alongside Jane Yee, who's our head of podcast. This will be edited by Te Aihe Butler, who is our podcast manager. We have a whole bunch of guests come through here to make the spin-off podcast network what it is. And, you know, tens of thousands of people listen to it every month. But the business model behind podcasting is still being established. It's nominally advertising funded, but we're trying to build that out. So what we really require to run as an organization across podcasting is people to join up as members. That's basically a microcosm of how the spin-off works. We get a little bit of support from advertisers, and we really rely on our memberships to keep us going. Now, I've just written something for the site which basically explains that post-COVID, over since Omicron arrived and we learned to sort of live with this virus, we've had our memberships drop away a bit, and we're living in really difficult times. So I understand why some people have had to stop their memberships, but we really do need the support of our members. We basically can't survive without them. So my message to you is that if you enjoy the Spin-Offs podcast, or if you regularly read the site and you can afford to pay, honestly, anything helps. It's whether it's a one-off or ongoing support, it means a huge amount to all of us here at the Spin-Off. We don't want to have a paywall. We've very deliberately said we want the Spin-Offs content to be free to all. So to make that work, we rely on the support of our members. So if you're listening to this and you love our work and you can afford to help us out a bit, please do head to thespinoff.co.nz/members. And if you do that, we'd be forever grateful.
Let's talk about BJ time.
What?
BJ time. Brittini and Jamie time.
Obviously.
What did they do?
He was doing some teaching of Brittini, and then she was like, hey, when we do these sessions, we could call it BJ time. Like, that was the gag. And he was like, BJ? And she was like, yeah, like Brittini and Jamie. And he was like, oh, I thought you meant blowjob. And she was like, yeah, that was the joke. And obviously it doesn't exist when you have to spell it out like that.
No, that's even better.
Meanwhile, Benny night fishing.
Yeah, what's all that about?
I don't know.
Trying to catch an eel?
Well,
that was impressive. The eel was interesting.
The eel was interesting.
I thought the eel was really interesting.
And another dolphin. Another sea creature.
Yeah,
also,
right behind the eel, which is unusual.
No, it was definitely Dolphy. Yeah, I know the difference. That was really cool. And then everyone just went, oh yeah, and bug it off.
Yeah, Marilyn's back. Gotta go.
My next line says, how is there not a coffee machine on board? Almond milk cappuccino, burnt milk, did it in microwave with puncher to fluff up milk, lol, lol, lol. There are my notes.
Well, yeah, it's we've already covered this.
It was a disaster.
I know, I'm just inserting it chronologically.
But it was very funny. And I had to say, I thought Aesha would be better than that.
The guest didn't handle it particularly well, but I think we've learned from by now the primary is that he's like, oh, why did you lie about being the best or something? It was quite condescending.
Well, she might have been the best at making
of the
least bad.
Yeah.
What do you think?
She didn't even put chocolate on top.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that was foreshadowing, right? When they were in and she was like, "Oh, no, we don't need to put chocolate on top."
Yeah, it's funny. She's like, "He's old enough."
Yeah,
like, what's the cutoff?
There's no cutoff
for a cappuccino.
No, isn't that part of what makes
all
it a
day?
cappuccino?
The question you ask is cinnamon or chocolate.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what at the Lido. That's what in my time's a blister.
And you would have used the chocolate powder, or are we talking shavings?
Oh, powder.
Yeah.
Classic. Hey, after that, Toomey finds out. Like, okay, I'm going to say some unkind things, and maybe we should cut this out.
Okay, great start.
But.
And welcome back. We've just cut out everything that Duncan said, unfortunately, but rest assured, it was bad.
Should we do like a real pod episode that's like all of the cut out stuff? Like the
unseen bits.
Unseen bits.
Unheard
bits.
Yeah. Unheard bits, but you also have to sign an NDA.
Yeah, that's just the Discord. That's just in the Discord.
Maybe we could make some money off that as well. Subscription only,
Yeah. You can. You sort of. What is that technology in the Discord where you can? It's like a peep show. It's like an audio peep show.
Start the world's worst OnlyFans based on bad takes.
Should we do the world's worst OnlyFans? I think this is something to consider.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. The reason I was comfortable saying all that redacted about Ryan was because. Like, he just immediately launched into this tirade about this poor woman who wanted to, like, unpack a crustacean unpacked. Like, it looks like a mission to get inside a lobster. I'm scared. I wouldn't know what to do with it. She just, like, asked the chef to just deconstruct his masterpiece. And he calls her a lazy bitch and...
Piece of shit.
Like, that's just quite...
Woman.
I think that's quite a lot for someone just wanting their food in a different form.
Who's paid thousands of dollars to be there. Don't want lobster juice all over them.
Counterpoint. I think you've got some, what do you call it, that bias?
Confirmation bias,
I think you've got confirmation bias going on there. Because if I recall correctly, the food was really just sitting in the shells because his whole point was she could have just upturned the shell, it would have fallen out, which is essentially what you saw him do when he replated it.
She didn't know that.
Someone could have explained that.
Someone could have explained that, but also...
But he doesn't like to share information about the meals.
No, that's secret.
He definitely overreacted, but she definitely could have just dealt with it like a grown-up, you know?
No. Team that lady.
But some people are icky about those things
You can be on
anyway.
Team
Some
Ryan.
people don't like shells on, like some people don't like eating chicken off the bone and that kind of thing. Some people don't like eating animals at all. So
Freaks.
yeah, no, I'm agreeing with it because you said it because you're one of those people. So that's why I'm agreeing. Not
No,
'cause
I'm
of the
just
other
saying,
ones.
I'm team that lady and you're team Ryan. You just
not-
love everything about Ryan, think he's cool.
I don't.
You love his hair.
I love the way he
Love his
eats
posture.
while out. Yeah, Ryan's a real treat. I do love Ryan. I think he's a great TV character. There you go.
I agree.
That's true. I like how he stroppily plated up all that crab meat or whatever. It was just like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
In
it
a
was
pile.
like flying and
Yeah.
like it's just cleaning up the scraps like they do on My Kitchen Rules with a little bloody napkin on the side. And what?
He was really on this trip. Like, he just was.
Yeah.
But, like, you stick to the ironing and vacuuming and I'll do the cooking.
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Mean.
Oh,
Yeah.
not just mean, really, really revealing about
Yeah.
what he thinks of women in general, right?
You're not saying he's misogynist.
No, he might be. Might be.
Your hero, Jane.
Your beloved and future husband.
Aisha's like, we have to do good things for the guests because it's your fucking job. And he's just getting really, really worked up. And it actually kind of escalated quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then Aisha felt like she hadn't handled it the best. But I thought she did pretty well.
She just wanted to say
They're
some
paying
extra
for
things
it.
about
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
much they're paying, which is like, that's the most valid point of all, right? It's also just like, why are you doing your job if you hate it?
But she shouldn't need to say that is my point. It's like,
Yeah.
you know that. Like, you're working on a fucking luxury
Where's
yacht.
Captain Jason in all of this? I want to say.
Okay,
it's not
he-
entirely Aisha's responsibility.
Captain Jason is busy getting a really funny edit. Is where Captain Jason is. Whether it's like bopping to no music in the bridge or having a really heartfelt conversation with was it Jamie he talked to about Benny? Like giving him some advice on how to deal with this sort of wayward not bosun, deckhand, and then getting up and walking off and walking straight into the door frame. Like he's just getting a real like subtle but lol edit.
Yeah, it's a good roast. And he is great. I'm every episode I love him more.
I do love him. I just wonder, like, what would Captain Sandy do with Ryan? You know?
He'd be gone by now.
Yeah.
He would definitely be gone.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the fishes. He's a fish. What is that fish one?
The man
He's
sells
the man
fish.
sells fish. That's good, babe.
I love Luca. Anyway, we're back on Love Island now. You're back to it.
Yeah, but needy though.
But needy. I don't get you. Anyway, everyone's obsessed with Gemma, and it's just because she's 19, and I think it's disgusting.
Well, I think it's because she's Michael Owen's
It's
daughter.
because
But
she's
they
Michael
don't know
Owen's
that
daughter.
yet.
They do know that.
But
They
it was
don't know
crazy because I
that.
thought it was Michael Owen from Take That, but it's Michael Owen the footballer.
They do know that. But we'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that off.
I think the people are enjoying it.
I think they're enjoying
Okay,
it.
they do know that, and I'll
It's
tell
like
you
a
why.
crossover episode.
Liam was trying to fish it out of her, remembering that very first chat that he had with her. And he was like, he was talking about football, love football, and he said, "Oh, have you dated a footballer then?" And I think he knew, and he was trying to get her to fish out, you know.
And she just doesn't want to give anyone
She
anything.
didn't want to give anything, and then someone asked her surname, and she was like, "Owen, why?" Like,
Yeah, they know. They know.
They know.
The other thing is, what about the rugby washing of rugby league? Because Jacques plays for the Castleford Tigers, which is a rugby league team, and yet has never once said the word league. He just calls it rugby, which is not what it's called. And they're just like, it's too complicated to explain that there are two codes. One's professional. Well, they're both professional now, but they cleaved apart in the early 1900s and all of that backstory. So they're just calling it rugby. And I don't like it.
It was interesting.
But you should call him Jax.
Yeah, Jax. Sorry. Oh my God, what a posho.
If you're such a stickler for a word. Damn it, nearly got there too. Nearly got there.
Stickler for the word. So close. All right, back on deck.
Back on deck. We've not far to go, guys. Don't worry. Tomi was sent up with the next coffee, by the way, which was quite funny. Aesha was like just not confident, and then she gets the perfect compliment from
Kareem.
From Kareem, whose time is up on the boat. It's time to disembark.
But he's got one last bit of trouble to cause.
He does. Well, not him. It's not him who caused it.
Well, he's not the primary.
He's the primary, but it was the lady who handed out the envelope.
Was it Lobster?
I think it was Lobster Lady.
Not Eunice.
It wasn't Eunice. It was Lobster Lady. So she handed out. She was probably just asking them, "I can't open this. Can you please get the money out for me?" But she's handing out tips, but to only.
Everyone but Brit.
No, it was only 5 of them. So that was actually...
The captain didn't get any.
Captain was upset, no. But when he was trying to console Brittini about it, he was like, well, I didn't get any. So...
And yeah, I mean, it was quite upsetting.
Presumably Ryan didn't either.
Ryan did.
I think he did.
It was crazy.
But not all... If only 5 of them did, it was Aesha, say Magda...
I'm pretty sure Tomi didn't get one.
Tomi didn't. Brittini didn't. Captain didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Anyway.
But did they dress as Marilyn Monroe and do a candlestick on the table?
No.
No. But Benny got...
Benny.
Benny.
I don't think Benny did a single drop of work.
Not true. He flaked the anchor on this charter, so he did do some work. And he also tried to do it like a cover of something. And that's when he fell out with Jamie.
He's like, stop laughing at me.
I'm so torn here because I see both sides of the coin. I feel sorry for Benny because I do think that Jamie is picking on him and kind of like the way he treats teaching Benny something versus how he treats teaching Brittini something.
Yeah, but how Brittini receives the teaching is very different too.
I understand this, but let me put on my Brene Brown hat, okay? People have different communication styles. I've never listened to Brene Brown. Is that?
That looks a lot like.
Amazing
Does she do stuff like that though?
Yeah.
You should say, okay. People have different communication styles, and I think that's what Captain was getting at when he sat Jamie down for a chat, and he was like, "Listen, this is how you've got to treat Benny to get the best out of him. Like he obviously works well with positive reinforcement, not being picked on. Don't get frustrated with him." But Jamie does get frustrated with him, and he's like, "Yeah, takes it on board." Then they go out for dinner, and then he gets the shits with him again.
Yeah. Speaking of the shits, Aesha did 3 massively disgusting poo lines.
Diarrhea all over the walls.
Yeah.
Shitting in a bucket?
Yeah.
That's how you know you found the one?
I don't know if that's...
You've got perfect recall of them.
She said when you're seeing someone shitting in a bucket and you still desire them, that's true love. You feel nothing but desire.
But I was just like, you are such a real podster.
She is. Yeah.
Why was Jamie wearing that enormous gold chain at dinner?
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Just outfit.
It seemed like part of a like it was costumey, but 'twas not.
Oh. What would we know about costumery, though?
True. Have we acknowledged our hat?
I don't know if we've talked about...
I think we sort of have, and we're
wearing hats.
We're wearing captain's hats, the ones that
and
we
we
were
actually
delivered.
are. I know on Gone by Lunchtime, Toby Manhire always jokes about how they're dressed in different costumes, which I know for a fact they're not wearing.
No, they're
but
not.
when we say we're wearing sailor hats, we mean it.
We mean it.
We mean it. Yeah.
You can only trust one podcast on the Spin-Off Podcast Network. And it's Codfast. Oh no. I've had some arepa.
The man sells fish.
They're actually going to start paying us not to talk about their product. You know? Like they're not paying us to talk about their product, but they're going to want us to
damaging their reputation.
Maybe that's what we do. Is we do like uninvited, unpaid integrations that are so bad that we say we will keep doing that. Unless, it's like a mafia style.
And the best bit is you can then have yourself on the fold for not a monopod but a duopod of 2 Duncan Greaves. Perhaps a mirror would help with it. You can do both sides of the conversation, talking about this whole new model of gaining income for your media thing, whatever this thing is. your media business.
I kind of think it might work.
Yeah. If anyone can do it, we can, for sure.
If you've got a brand that you quite like and you're interested in us not discussing your product in this brand unsafe environment, get in touch. For the right putea, we will absolutely keep your name out of our mouth. Jane at thespinoff.co.nz.
Oh, Tiahi is almost weeping. And not with laughter.
No, that stays in. That's good.
Oh, no, it stays in. It's almost like a wince, though. Like when your kids embarrass you? Like that.
Oh, dear.
What do you think about how Ryan eats, Alex?
Oh, my God.
Why did it seem like he hadn't eaten in 24 days? He was just like,
I was worried about his hand. Like he was just going to get half of
huge
it.
bow.
It was
to
a
mouth.
really good edit of him eating. And it was really disgusting.
It was like a wild animal.
It's chefy things.
I have a really horrible suspicion that they're setting us up for something between Toomey and Ryan. And I just makes me feel
Toomey
yucky.
would never. He is not of her caliber pedigree.
After he went to town on Aesha, she didn't defend Aesha. And he kind of, the way he looked at her was like, see, like he said something and she was just like, I'm not getting involved. But it almost looked like it was referring to like previous conversations they'd had.
But that's classic chefy stuff, is to praise the second stew over the first stew and say that they'd be better, you know?
Form an alliance.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know anything.
I'm renowned as an expert love predictor.
Mm-hmm.
I've predicted almost all romances on Shortland Street during the time I watched it. I kind of ship what you're saying. I don't ship the romance, but I think you might be right.
Wow. Thank you. I feel seen.
I hope you're not right.
I hope I'm not right too. All right, that's it really, eh? Ben and Jamie again over dinner have some biffo about who's doing hard work and who's whatever.
Aisha wore the helmet.
She
did not earn.
She rocked it.
She was just like, this is what you do. This is New Zealand, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of was that vibe,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. She got the spirit of the helmet, which actually Benny being awarded the helmet in the very first charter was the worst thing for Benny because I think it set the tone for him. Like he didn't understand it. He didn't get it.
Didn't have a vibe yet. This is a great reaction.
Oh my God, we have to stop.
I'm still laughing. This is New Zealand.
It's one of my favourites, that one.
Oh my God, it was just like the way your face changed. It was just like you were possessed by the patriotism. Oh my God.
We have to stop this podcast because
many of
he's got to go to the airport. He's got to fly. He's got his suitcase right there. He's off.
Okay. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back next week with episode 7. And I promise we won't. I can't promise anything actually. See you then. Bye.
Tag your flatties. We're in our flop era. Share the pod.
Fair white.
From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod. It was hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and, most of the time, Duncan Grieve. Te Aihe Butler made it all sound good and Rachel LaRue got us out to the world.
Just quickly, if you enjoyed this podcast and value what we do at The Spin-Off, please consider joining The Spin-Off members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
Talofa lover, I'm Marilyn Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.